Welcome back to this tool thing. Just as a warning, this is going to be a bit of a rant today. I had to take a look at my mom's Honda CRV, older one, uh, 98 if I remember correctly. She got O2 sensor temperature codes, heater codes, excuse me, that came up here recently. And the car's pretty old. I've never changed O2 sensors, and she doesn't take it to anybody else. I don't do a lot to it, to be honest, but I have done a timing belt in the past, and I've done water pumps and all that kind of basic stuff, batteries and belts and fluids and you name it over the years. Uh, but she had both of them go active at the same time, which I thought was odd, and that's the only two codes it had. I was like, that's weird. I don't have access to, because I don't work on that kind of stuff, automotive. I don't have access to the schematics. I kind of checked around for fuses. I didn't see any blown fuses. And then when I finally lifted it up yesterday, or put it up on ramps, I should say, and climbed underneath it, I found the cause. And apparently, somebody had decided to try to steal her catalytic converter. At least that's my assumption. Because I didn't cut those wires. This is the way I found it. Obviously, these were plugged in still and everything. But all the wires were cut. And my mom, she's retired. She ain't got a whole bunch of money. It's not a big deal. I paid for the parts. I'm not worried about getting the money back on my side. But, obviously they were trying to steal the catalytic converter. I guess we should be lucky they didn't steal it. I didn't even see any marks or anything of them actually trying to cut it off or anything. So I don't know. It just seems weird. So it wasn't, it's an easy fix. Not a big deal. I'm glad I climbed underneath and looked. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't anything hard. We don't have a lot of rust around this part of the country, so they came out pretty easy. I did have one of these two try to slip. I think it was this one here, yeah. Try to slip a little bit. I actually had to borrow. I have some oxygen sensor tools, but I don't have a whole bunch of them. So I actually borrowed these two from a guy at work, and I wasn't impressed with this longer one at all. I need to buy a set of these, but I was looking around. It's like most of them are all, well, near as I can tell, seems like 90% of them are made in China. I don't know. I definitely should probably get a few. I have a few different kinds of oxygen sensor sockets, but I don't have this particular, either one of these styles. I have the more socket style ones. I have a long one and a medium one, but they flex like a dog too, because they have a slit in the side of them too. And I think anytime you add length, it just makes it that much worse, because this one didn't hold near as good as this one. But that's kind of a side note. So, somebody tried to, I'm assuming, steal her catalytic converter. Fortunately, they didn't steal it, and it was just the sensors. But what I thought was interesting was, maybe somebody that works on Hondas or something could pipe up in the comments down below, because I'd like to know. Because near as I understand it, the two black wires, if I remember correctly, are the heater sensor wires, just from what I've heard in the past. And then these two wires are the wires for the actual sensor itself. Same with this other one. At least that's how I understand it. But all we got was heater sensor codes. So I don't know if the thing goes into some fail-safe scenario if it doesn't see the oxygen sensors. But it just seemed really odd, because I would have considered they came unplugged, or they got cut, or got damaged, or something like that. Much more quickly if I'd have seen heater sensor codes and actual circuit codes for the O2 sensors. But I didn't. I just had heater sensor codes, so I thought that was interesting when I slid underneath there and saw that these were actually cut already. I was like, well, that explains why you got heater sensor codes. But I was a little surprised they didn't have codes for the other things. I've never changed these sensors on her car. It's like I said, I don't know if I said it, but 98 CRV, if I remember correctly. So, these things she's had it for forever and a day. I don't think it was very old when she got it, several years old, but it wasn't new, but it wasn't, 10 years old when she got it. She's had it for quite some time. But I was just curious if anybody knows why it didn't set actual sensor codes on these, because I would have expected it to. I know on an Allison, if you disconnect all the wires going down to the transmission, you're going to get multiple open circuit codes. And that's what I would have expected in this scenario with the wires being cut. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.